Hi friends, SuNN here. Thanks for joining me for another Monday Makes video. Before getting into the project today, I'd like to take a moment of your time and do a little housekeeping. Recently, I have been getting customers purchasing through my online store, which I'm so thankful for. Thank you so much. But they've selected the no contact button on their profile. Of course, customers who wish not to be emailed to death from companies have the right to select no contact. I completely understand. However, I'm unsure if my online customers know that there's a difference between getting contacted by their demonstrator and by the company itself. Basically, as your selected demonstrator, if you choose no contact at the beginning of setting up your account, it basically doesn't allow me to send a thank you card or a monthly gift for your business. And you know, I love giving cards and something sweet for my customers because I do appreciate your business so very much. I thought I would go over very quickly, so in case you would like to change your preference so I can mail you a thank you, here's how. In your account section on the website, so you have to sign in, you go to your account, you'll find the My Demonstrators tab. And all you need to do is click yes and save right in that red little circle there. Therefore, I'll be privy to your information so that I could do my job of good customer service and say a big thank you to you. That being said, I won't email you. I won't share your information. I won't, show up at your door with pizza and beer. I will just send you a thank you note. And if you spend a little with me 6 months before a catalog release, I'll send you a catalog too. So that's it. And I will just get into the card right now. Okay, so today I'm going to be using the Happy Scene stamp set and a little something stamp set as well. I'm going to use that same fall scene, and I'm pressing very hard on, this is watercolor paper. So I'm pressing very hard, and this time I'm drying it. Yay! So I'm using Soft Sky and just squashing it into my ink pad lid. And with my aqua pen, I'm just doing some watercoloring. I just want to light wash. This is on the front of the card, so I don't want to do too much bold colors. And I used a similar technique last week with the markers, just to show you how you can use your markers, or you can use your ink pads. So this was a really good example of your aqua painter and your ink pads. So I have crumb cake and pear pizzazz, and I'm putting in quite a bit of water into my crumb cake. I wanted it to look like dried grass, dying grass basically, but I do want to have a little bit of life into it, so I'm putting a little bit of that pear pizzazz. And of course, if I didn't mention that, I stamped it with my archival, so it is waterproof. So I can't remember this must be pumpkin pie that I'm using, and I'm going over it twice, so letting the ink soak in. And then this is Tangela, is this Tangela? No, Cajun Craze. And so I'm giving some depth to those pumpkins. I've kind of dried it in between. I've cut that out of videos so that you don't necessarily have to watch the boring stuff. So I'm using my markers here once again to color in the leaves, and I'm using the fine point because these little leaves are hard to get color into. And there's Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie and crushed curry as well in there. No, Daffodil Delight. Oh, and Real Red too. So those are the markers. And so basically I wanted to do sort of a trio color on the greeting, and I did want that watercolor wash look. So I don't mind that, I'm coloring it in with the markers, because you never get a really great impression when you're coloring in with markers, but you do get a different look, which I quite liked. So I basically, in my mind, cut that stamp into 3, and I'm coloring in 3 parts of the words. I didn't do the acorns, I don't think. And it's just grateful for you. And then just with some linen thread, I'm going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to tie a bow. And the little tails of the bow were driving me nuts, so I actually glued them down, but I cut that out of the video so I wouldn't bore you to death. So that, and then of course I had fixed the watercolor paper to with fast fuse to the Whisper White thick cardstock, which is by far my favorite now. Every card that I'm going to be making is white. Aside from that, it's a pretty simple card. It is something that I think, just showing you a couple of different ways of how you can use those stamp sets. And yeah, so that's the card for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, thank you so much if you're the nameless person shopping with me online. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you next Monday for a card, or next Friday for a 3D video.